Ricketts.
Thank you, Chairman Carper.
Good to see you.
Ranking Member Capito. You know, I always say I love being on this committee, but we're not going to talk about ethanol today. But I want to thank
I'd be happy to join you in doing that.
Right. Thank you, commissioners, for serving in this role and for being with us here today. Nebraska is very proud of our nuclear power that we have, that's clean, safe, and reliable. Our Cooper Nuclear Station is an 835 megawatt facility that can generate power for about 385,000 residences, even in the hottest part of summer. So we're very proud of our nuclear power and look to continue to see how we can expand it going forward in the future. And Chairman Hansen, this question is going to be for you, though I'm going to start by actually quoting what Commissioner Caputo said, which is the principles of good regulation state that the American taxpayer, the rate-paying consumer, and licensees are all entitled to the best possible management and administration of regulatory activities. The highest technical and managerial competence is required and must be a constant agency goal, right? That's the NRC's practice or stated goal there. However, in looking at the review process here, there's some questions I have about, and I'll give you a little bit of background. As governor of Nebraska, we were very focused on process improvement and how we could streamline our operations to be able to do a better job. And the NRC has, I've been looking at the license time that it takes the licensing hours for the initial renewals, and it doesn't appear that you're living up to what the goal here is, because it says the first 44 initial license renewals were completed in or around an average of 16,000 review hours. And most recently, review hours for initial license renewals have been estimated to be 23,000, an increase of 44%. And then another thing I'd like you to ask, or Chairman Hansen, is in subsequent license renewal applications, which I would think, and granted, I'm a layman, so I don't know, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but you would think you'd be able to realize the efficiencies based upon the initial license renewal screening, safety, environmental review, as well as the ongoing management programs that they have. Those have averaged 25,000. So for me, there's a disconnect between the initial licensing being shorter than the follow-on licensing. I would think that would be easier to do. So why have these subsequent license renewal reviews require more time and resources than the initial ones? And why is it taking longer just in general to do these initial license reviews?
Senator, those are very good questions. I've recently become aware of this discrepancy in the hours myself, and I am focusing on it and working with the career staff to find out kind of what the issues are here. Oftentimes, the way we'll approach these things is to look at the differences between like things, an initial license renewal for a particular reactor, and then the subsequent, okay, well, what's changed, and look and dive into those. So I don't have an answer for you today, but I will get back to you for the record on what exactly is going on there. I can share my concern about that as well, and I want to understand better exactly what's going on there.
Okay, well, yeah, I appreciate you following up on that. Again, we leverage Lean Six Sigma. There's a lot of other process improvement methodologies out there that you can implement agency-wide to be able to drive, better productivity, streamlining operations, reducing the number of steps it takes to do things, and not sacrificing anything with regard to the quality of the output or anything like that. Yeah. And of course, I think, again, you're going to find broad support for the nuclear industry, especially Commissioner Barron was talking about some of the exciting new technologies that are coming online. Nebraska has passed some laws to be able to really trying to attract that to our state when we're talking about some of these advanced nuclear programs. So we're really excited about this stuff. Okay, so if you could get back to describing some of those things. I see I'm running close to the number of times, so I'm not going to go over because we also have some other people here. But I do want to say if you could get back to us on that, and then just follow up on some of the steps you'll do there. And then another question, maybe you can, as long as you're doing that, in the Inflation Reduction Act, there's several provisions to incentivize power uprates of the current fleet of power reactors. Can you provide your strategy for how you're going to address the potential increase in power uprate applications for in line with the Inflation Reduction Act?
Yeah. We haven't gotten formal notification yet from licensees about power uprates, but we've had some informal interactions, and I know the Nuclear Energy Institute has a survey out there as well that folks are going to be pursuing those. And in our operating reactors group, we are already starting to look ahead for that and make sure that we've got the right skill sets in place. It's also part of our hiring strategy. I mentioned reactor systems analysts earlier. Those are going to be some of the critical skill sets that we're going to need to be able to move those in a risk-informed and performance-based and timely way, while keeping our safety mission front and center.
Yeah, it seemed to me you can create a template for anybody who applies for the uprates about what they would have to do and where they could get to go with regard to this. And again, this is something that I think as we have increasing energy demands, going to be something that's important for my state and the nation to be able to accomplish. So
we've done that in other areas, Senator, where we've kind of gone through almost like a pilot process with a single licensee that then other licensees can follow that pattern, and it becomes more efficient over time.
Great, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Chairman.